One of the points that's almost a synonym to likable is charismatic. Everyone enjoys being around a charismatic executive that makes you feel valued, feel warmth, and you feel that that person has the ability to command influence. So let's deep dive a bit into the factor of charismatic. As the saying goes, love at first sight is easy, but staying together requires character. So to flip it around, let's think about if without love at first sight, there is no staying together. So how do we build that love at first sight in a professional setting? The point is first impression. A lot of research has been done in the previous years on the factor of first impression. And the average data that shows us is that first impression takes 1/10 of a second to form. Meaning, within 1/10 of a second, before you even start saying something, addressing a person, asking a question, the first impression of you is being formed. And two characters shout out in the first character research, that is trustworthiness and your confidence. So whether or not you're confident and trustworthy is being built in the first 1/10 of a second, meaning you really need to master that fraction of a second to be able to build your first impression. I firmly believe that when we dress up, when we walk out as an executive, we have to dress our part. And it is a personal branding factor that governs how we should behave, perform, or dress. The notion of personal branding would immensely help us build our first impression. So think about how you would like people to perceive you in that fraction of a second. Your branding, meaning your external appearance, what you wear, how you posture yourself, or even how you carry your smile. I believe that we should not be dressing for who we are. Instead, you should aim to dress for who you want to be. Because when you're doing that, people will see you in a different light, in a capacity that you might not currently be in, but you're projecting yourself to be in that capacity. So aim to try to dress up slightly instead of dress down slightly. So that on itself would be a personal branding factor. Of course, going back to our saying, love at first sight is easy, but staying together requires character. Hence, aside from the external outward projection of yourself, we need to work on how we could have a better impact and to build treasured relationships with those around us in order to be a likable executive. How would you know if you've successfully built yourself as a likable executive? Here I would like to quote a use of Newton's third law, which says, action force equals reaction force. If you're interacting with someone and you feel that you kind of like that person professionally, working with them, you're enjoying it, chances are that person would like you too. However, when you're interacting with someone and you feel that that person doesn't really like you, there's a bit of resistance, then chances are with that person, you have not successfully built your executive likability. So to wrap up our video, I would like to quote one of my favorite person, Maya Angelou. And she said, people might forget what you said, they might forget what you did, but they never forget how you make them feel. Enjoy being likable.